All right, I am going to be doing my final task assignment for technology for school leaders and Mr. Derflinger's class. So, in an interview, the first question that what's the principal's role um, in technology use? Um, I believe that principals should advocate for the use of technology in the classroom for educational uses. It starts with the principal. They need to be aware of teachers' needs and wants and communicate with the teachers on those needs and wants and be an advocate for their teachers, for their building, to their superintendents when it comes to technology. I also think the principal's role, is to provide the proper tech that the teachers do need and want. So the teacher comes to them with a piece of technology they want or they need in their classroom and can show that they need it or want it for educational use. And it's the principal's job to do what they can to provide that if it's available, if it's financially available for the teachers. The principal also needs to provide the time and the proper training for the teachers. So many times you see someone coming in to do a tech training, and when they leave, teachers have no additional time to continue on working with that different piece of tech and to help implement that tech into the classroom. And they have to do that on their own time. The time isn't provided to them. So principals have to be cognizant of that and make sure their time's provided, make sure resources are provided, whether that be people or time. Principal needs to monitor the tech use, make sure that it's being used for educational uses and not being abused. Make sure they have the right policies and procedures in place for the tech that they have in their school, in their district, and make sure it's being monitored. I also think it's important for the principal to stay up to date with tech. Make sure that they are aware of how to use the technologies. Maybe not all of them, but the major pieces of technology in the classroom. Um, it adds to their credibility to the teachers, to the students, and it's just something that I feel teachers need to be up to date with. Second question, what are my thoughts on the one-to-one expansion? I think it's important. I think it's very important to implement it properly. I think if you're a new school going into the one-to-one, I don't think it's something you jump into. I think it's something that you make sure your infrastructure is set ahead of time. Make sure you have thought it out in detail as far as the tech itself, the procedures, the long-term and short-term effects of all of the different parts of implementing one-to-one in your school. Um, I think that it's so important for students to have access to technology such as computers and one-to-one because that's their real world. When they graduate high school, um, whether they're going to college or not, many students are going to use some form of technology or computer in the job that they choose after high school. And if we are not providing the proper use and training for them while they're going through, middle school, high school, I think we're setting them up for failure. So we have to train them for their 21st century skills. It's important nowadays that we do that. Um, Tech tools that I'm currently using, my smartphone is key. I use email, take photos, social media on it. I am connected at all times, no matter where I'm at. I'm connected to the school, the secretary, the teachers. They can get a hold of me in a variety of ways. My iPad is important to me. I don't use it for my day-to-day computing, but I do have different apps, management apps. Easy behavior tracker is an app that I use on there that helps record my behavior with the students. So there's some different apps on my iPad that I use. My laptop is my key. My laptop goes where I go. Using Google, having Google Email and Google Drive is awesome to have everything stored there for me. No matter where I go to get on a computer, all my files are there. Um, Another one is Apple TV. I have an Apple TV in my bag that I carry with me just in case I have an assembly or a meeting somewhere that needs to be connected to a TV or projector, and I have an Apple TV that can can do that for me. So those are the basic ones that I use on my end daily, or not maybe daily, but that I use. some tools that are most interested in learning about. Um, Mine would just be the different apps out there, the different apps that I can put on my computer or my iPad that maybe would help management be a little bit easier, that could help organize things a little bit easier. I'm looking at some walkthrough apps right now that I can use to streamline my in and out walkthroughs with the teachers. And tech tools most useful to educators. I think there's so many tech tools out there that it varies depending on the teacher. Teachers teach differently and need different tech tools in their classrooms, so it's going to vary. I think they need to have the basics, the laptops, the iPads, and the projectors. Um, the students need to make sure they have access to some type of computer, some type of tablet. Even, we have kindergartners that can pick up an iPad and they're very fluent with it and they know how to navigate through it. So I think the tools are different for each teacher. Whatever the teachers find that are useful to them and it helps them teach students and students to learn, I think it's very important. Thank you. Have a great day.